I have come to the conclusion that what I really need in life is one of Elon Musk's hyperloops between here and my parents' house, which is where we're planning on heading off to in about 2 hours ago. Oh, it's going into the shade. Look, should we see how quickly it can go? Oh wow, look how bright it is here. Look. Whoa. You move, move, move. So your shadow's not on the panel and it will go. See? And now look, look. Whoa. That's actually really quite cool. No, it's not. Oh. Yes, it is, isn't it? Okay, well, we'll fix that. We're now 4 hours late. Even I will admit that is a little bit extreme.
Look who it is!
Oh, there's Dad.
Oh.
Thank you, Dad, but you can have that back. Yeah, I went and bought a neoprene one. It gives off little bits of blackness all over my GoPro lens when I took it out of there. So I thought, alright then. Thank you though, because that was absolutely the right idea and I hadn't thought of that at all. I was hoping to do some skateboarding based exercise. Not sure it's such a good idea.
A little bit of creme de cassis topped up with prosecco.
Oh.
Which gives it a slight blackcurrant flavour. If you don't like it, I'll have it.
Thank you. It's nice.
Do you want that?
Yeah, cheers. I'm just watching Sasha's second video with some footage from me in it. Watching other people's footage that they've taken of you is like really weird. And it gives me a proper sense of respect for the people that I feature in my videos, because you are handing a huge amount of responsibility to someone else when they're videoing you and then they're going to go off and edit it. You know, because it's all in the editing. It looks like a good video though. I've been wanting to talk about something. No, that's not true. I've been wanting to go and get something from the shop and I cannot for the life of me remember what it is. So I think I'm going to have to just assume that what I really want in life is chocolate. I mean, that does sound likely. Yeah, I'm very confused right now. Oh, and I should have brought my sunglasses too. I can't remember what I'm supposed to be doing or why or what's going on or... Maybe I was having some kind of a, brain problem. Yeah, I'm definitely in the process of having some sort of a brain issue. What was I going to talk about today? Maybe if I get the blood pumping, that'll help my brain to sort of focus on what's going on. Well, I know I was going to talk about Tesla today. Ooh, yes. That's what I was going to talk about. It does seem like the human component in Tesla car manufacturing is kind of the weak link. Not in terms of quality or anything, just in terms of the fact that Tesla has a tendency to ask quite a lot from its employees. I think that's probably the best way to put it. Oh, that's always good. Well, it's gone up in price. You get the old blood sugar level back up because my brain is currently not working at all. Got the rubbishy shoes on. Probably isn't a good idea, but hey. Almost worn through these shoes now. Oh, you know what? I feel a bit more awake and alive already. Oh, thank goodness for that. Slowly I'm starting to feel awake. You know, I bet this is the result of that Prosecco, which, quite honestly, I don't normally drink. So that's almost certainly it. I'm sure there was something I was actually supposed to be getting from that shop besides a chocolate bar, but maybe it was fresh air. This is what I wound up getting from the shop. I don't know what I was supposed to get from the shop, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't a huge bunch of junk. Oh well. What I was going to do briefly, quickly, if I can, is mic up. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Excellent, all synced up. What I was going to talk about today was something that one of my subscribers had highlighted to me about the fact that some of the human workers in the Tesla factory get a little bit, what's the word? A little bit overworked, or they have in the past. I can sort of understand how that situation can occur. I can see it from Tesla's point of view. They're not an established automaker, so they have no choice really but to try and push the envelope of what they can achieve, which unfortunately also means push the envelope of what the human workers can achieve. What's perhaps a little bit unfair is that ultimately down the line, what they're probably going to be trying to do is eliminating those human workers. And to be fair to Tesla, I think the situation has improved quite a bit. I mean, in the past, there have been workers who have, had sort of physical maladies that have come about from the fact that they're working very long hours, not always in the most ergonomically safe environments, leaning up to work on the underside of a car, for example, is not really a great idea from an ergonomics point of view. If you do that for, say, 9 hours a day, 5-6 days a week, it's not going to be good for you. But that is what Tesla has kind of required so far. So whilst I sort of on the one hand see it from Tesla's point of view, I also see it from the workers' point of view. Tesla actually doesn't dispute the fact that its injury rate has been a little bit higher than the industry average. And I think partly that's because it wasn't an established automaker. Most automakers are like 90 years old, at least. Is it any wonder that Tesla, as a brand new startup, has had quite a steep learning curve, especially as they try and ramp up and grow their sales through the sort of very early years up to the sort of, levels of, hopefully eventually they're going to get to the sort of millions of cars a year level. Now, Tesla did originally have 12-hour shifts, I think, 2 12-hour shifts, and they've now moved to a sort of 3 8-hour shift pattern, which I think has helped to alleviate things over time. I mean, I don't want to make excuses for them, because every company should look after its employees, no question. At the same time, they are a startup in an industry that is not very welcoming to startups. And yes, they have a lot of money to invest, but they don't actually make that money as profit. They take it from investors in order to deliver results, which if the results dry up, the investor cash will dry up as well, and the whole thing will be over and sold for pennies on the dollar. You know what I mean? So anyway, it's probably not the most fun topic, and nobody likes to sort of look at these things, but they are the gritty reality. I would imagine the working conditions are pretty good. That's how I like to imagine it. I think it's how a lot of people would like to imagine their car is made, whether it comes from Tesla or not. Whether it is in fact a good place to work or not, I couldn't tell you. I'd have to speak to somebody who worked there. I would imagine, like most situations where you have a large group of people, some people are going to think, yeah, it's a great place to work, and some are going to think, it's not that fantastic. That's fair enough. And I think Tesla has had a lot of learning to do. I mean, whenever you have an incredible growth rate, you're always going to get what are colloquially called growing pains. It's an interesting business. I'm certainly looking forward to my little factory tour. I bet they're not going to let me sort of wave my camera around and interview people, but I am going to keep my eyes open. In fairness to Elon Musk, of course, I'm sure he's not unaware of what conditions are like on the factory floor, and I'm sure he wants them to be as good as possible. It's just that at the moment, Tesla has some realities to deal with when it comes to delivering the volume of cars that people are trying to order and buy from them in a relatively short space of time, plus reconfiguring the factory and setting up a whole second line for Model 3. We're talking about a phenomenal amount of work and change, and there are 10,000 people involved in this factory. So there are always going to be some who wind up, what's the phrase, less than happy. Anyway, I have no doubt that Tesla are going to get their factory sorted insofar as it isn't already, and I'm sure it is already probably better than some. Right, I can hear them calling me for dinner now, so that means I better go. I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog post. If you have, remember to like it, share it and subscribe if you haven't already. And follow me on Instagram if you don't already, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next installment of my daily vlog. Bye. How is it possible? Am I drunk? I feel drunk. What did Dad put in that? You know what? I could do with an evening off. I'm gonna go have my supper and do that, I think. Yeah. Bye. Oh. Still attached.